Welcome to the Beans, Volume 3. Today we're going to talk about porn addiction. Um, so, my first foray to this, I started off late in the corner of this cycle, except for one episode beginning of my life, which was like my first time. But second time is I used to be in high school and people used to talk about corn, and I had never really got into it like that. I didn't really understand it. But then it came about everybody just making jokes about it. And I remember I used to say like I don't know much about it. Obviously people didn't believe me. So like this is my friends, everybody just talk about it. So I'm like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I've never seen two people doing a thing, you know what I'm saying, on camera or nothing like that, or hadn't seen it for a real, very long time. So anyways, I got to be around 15, got into my first foray of it, and it didn't become an addiction for me. I was just like, okay, it happened. What it is. I was already off the porch by then. So, I'm just going quickly through this one because there's a lot I want to get into. But so then after that, um, I say around 20, that's when it started to become. I noticed it was affecting me in a negative way because my desires for things started to change. My expectations for certain things in my love life started to change. I started want more when it comes to like bedroom activities and different types of stuff. And I was attributing it to natural growth, and I think that also has something to do with it. But I knew it was a little bit different because when I started go through the corn selection, it started to get more. Like, I started to get bored easily. When I first started, you could just pop on anything. I'm like, oh wow. But then it became when you start using a search bar, it starts to get a little bit more. You start to get deeper into it, and then when it's like you're getting specific, now I didn't notice at the time, but it's becoming a problem. And then it started to happen more frequently from, every couple months to once a month, multiple times a month, more times a week. At a certain point, I'm just being totally honest, it's an everyday thing. And that's when I think it becomes an addiction, when it's an everyday circumstance, when you start to look at relationships different, whether that's actual relationships, uh, person to person relationships, and just how you think that certain stuff should be going. Even when casual conversations, you know, when you're talking to a person who has potential, and that starts to switch up or change a little bit, and it automatically, like you could be talking to somebody for a couple days and automatically jumps to like you're sending them certain things or you feel like you're entitled to certain things. You're not attributing that to your addiction. People don't know corn like really affects your brain. Um, it decreases the gray matter in your brain, which allows you to think critically, to you thinking more of instincts. And that's why a lot of times, um, when you're thinking with your other head as a man, um, afterwards you end up realizing, why did I do that? Posting that clarity. Why did I do that? Why did I even think this way? Or you sending text messages or videos or picture messages. Why did I even send this to this person? You start rocking with people who you know are below what your standards should be, because it's just you're trying to scratch that itch. You're trying to um, make some of your fantasies that you created in your mind a reality. And I feel that it takes away a lot of your smart decision making. You ain't gonna make it nowhere in life making dumb decisions. This is coming from somebody again who experienced this personally, who's talking about their personal experiences and stuff like that. How it's put me behind the eight ball, and again, I think another element of any addiction is, can you quit? And I remember I tried to do it cold turkey, and the farthest I got at a certain point was a week, and then I could go to like a month, then a 4 month period, and longer than that most of the time. But another thing I want to highlight is you can't be giving little breadcrumbs to this addiction. Like something I tried to do cold turkey was, all right, I'm not watching it. Period. That was easy. But by that time, you built up so many elements of it in your life. Like for instance, on Twitter, you can follow these pages. You have bots that look at your stories who do OnlyFans and all these other things, and um, you might go to their pages, or a girl you might have been rocking with before. You still have her on your social medias, and it invokes feelings of the actual nature and stuff like that. So all of that, even if you quit cold turkey off the hub or off of videos and things of that nature, those little breadcrumbs are there to eventually allow you to cave back into those desires and ultimately relapse off the corn addiction. And you know, that's still an ongoing journey for me. I wouldn't say I have an addiction at all anymore when it comes to the corn or any things of that nature. But I noticed, like, I had to clean up my thing literally less than 24 hours ago. Like, I'm following a bunch of pages that talked about certain things, deleting a lot of photos out of my phones and things of that nature, just holding on to things that can evoke those certain feelings because at this point, as I talk about mental health and I'm trying to build up this page and build up an audience and following and things of that nature, I don't want those distractions because I know what they can lead to. They can easily fall back and relapse into addiction. I notice how it affects certain relationships that I've had and things of that nature, certain things that I want in my life right now, that cycles I want to break, and it's put me in certain positions that, that I had to deal with and that I had to deal with, I should say. And if you guys want to reach out, if you have a porn addiction or it's something that you're coming down from, or maybe you feel like you're about to get into, reach out. We can discuss it and talk about it. Follow Stories by the Vigilante YouTube channel. Visit hadiscollection.com. Again, this is an open forum where we can talk and discuss. I'm going to have a bunch more interviews. I'm sure this question is going to come up. And I'm also interested in interviewing an ex-worker, a sex worker, to ask them questions and highlight some of the things and, ask them about their experiences and things of that nature. And again, this channel is not about downing anybody. It's about providing awareness and knowledge to people. And so if you know anybody of the ilk, have them reach out to me or I can reach out to them. I thank y'all. Appreciate it. Let's go.